When you look at the roles that a man plays in his life, a son, a husband, a father, a grandfather, a mentor, a friend, an executive, Dan Burck was the best that he or anybody could be in every role that he played in his life.
He was someone who I knew would be my friend no matter what was going on. Dan was always there for all his friends, and he was always there for the University of Texas. And there's very few people that can carry the amount of water that Dan Burck has carried in his life.
The UT system has been strengthening and strengthening, and in no small part because of the skill and the ability and the leadership of Dan Burck.
Dan did it all. He went to UT Austin. He went on to have a great professional career, founding ESPN, a senior executive at Getty Oil, an entrepreneur, came back to the university, made huge contributions to UT Austin, UT system.
And while he had many, many accomplishments in his career, nothing was he more proud of than his affiliations and his contributions to the University of Texas.
This is a man who brought a lot of the best qualities of leadership into the UT system, into the Chancellor's job, into his relationships with presidents who reported to him.
When we went to New York to have our bonds rated, the state of Texas bonds were rated single A, and we were rated double A. And through Dan's very articulate presentation and illustration of all the numbers, when it came back, we were triple A.
Dan was able to bring all of that skill set and attributes from the private sector into the University of Texas system and just continue on and take them to the next level. And so for him, it was the perfect marriage of how he could best benefit his university.
He understood the role of higher education. He understood that higher education is what can make a difference in not only people's lives, but the role it can make in changing the whole shape of the state of Texas.
Dan believed that this institution made real achievement possible for him. I think he treasured the idea of what it does for countless other people.
Dan did a lot to help us support our minority programs. We were very actively involved in trying to recruit more minorities to our campuses, but also to do business with UT.
He always got his network involved in supporting great causes beyond themselves. He didn't just excel in business, he excelled in life. And so, Dan is a role model for all of us in terms of how to live your life to the fullest and with the greatest meaning.
Dan's legacy is throughout Texas and throughout his family, and clearly throughout the University of Texas and all the system component institutions.
When Dan passed his funeral, the church was too small. Standing room only crowd. There were about 300 people outside, all the American campus employees, his fraternity, the Kappa Sigs, and the Silver Spurs, and everybody was wearing burnt orange. Even all the Aggies that work here had on burnt orange. And they all did the hook 'em. And so as Dan was brought into the church and the family, everybody was a Longhorn that day. And Dan may not be here with us personally, but he is certainly here with us in spirit, watching over us and also in every